The expansion at P.B.C. is part of the Grenada Education Enhancement Project, GEEP, which is funded by the Caribbean Development Bank and contracted to Kenny's Equipment and Trucking Services. The scope of work includes the construction of a multi-science block and refurbished retaining wall. Project engineer for the supervising firm VICAB Engineering Consultants Limited, Dwayne Noel, gave more details on this.
The project itself is the construction of a three-story building, right, of which 2 stories would be used for school purposes. The accommodations would be for building tech lab, technical drawing lab. There's also a component for a multi-science lab, and within that we're going to have build a storeroom facility, washroom facility, and well, for the case of the multi-purpose lab, we're also going to have living materials storage.
Noel says that once challenges with the laying of the building foundation was resolved, work progressed quickly.
The building got most of the attention, but in terms of the actual construction, the foundations, they spent a significant time there because, there were some challenges, that they had to overcome, and they eventually did overcome those challenges. And since overcoming them, they've been able to move forward to get the other pieces done. I mean, right now, you can see that they're working on the roof structure, right? They have done some priming to the first floor, right? Ground floor. And they have done a lot of the rendering both internally and externally. The second part of it is there is a component for rehabilitation of retaining wall. What is noted is the retaining wall generally in this area, they were built many years ago, many moons ago, and they are stone structures. They were not designed for the current situation, the current loads that are exhibited on these walls, and in many cases we have seen failures. So as part of this project, what we are doing is rehabilitating a portion of the wall. That portion is very close to the existing school, because we see it as very important for the long-term functionality of the school. We want to get the retaining wall works done during the dry season as opposed to the rainy season to avoid any sort of catastrophic failures.
The project is also providing employment for many Grenadians. Noel noted that the contractor has already engaged more than 50 workers, both male and female, from around the island. Work on the project began in May 2020 and is expected to conclude in May 2021. Noel is also satisfied with the current pace of work and believes the contractor will meet the deadline for completion.
It is important to mention that although it is just over 50%, a lot of the works that are being done now can be done simultaneously. Noting the constraints, that the site is very tight, there's not much area for storage and so on. I can say that the contractor has worked diligently, has worked to achieve the required goals.